Hey, Raider Nation, how you guys doing? Shitty ass game, terrible defense, and oh yes, Paul Guenther has just been fired by the Las Vegas Raiders. John Gruden has had enough. It has been a hot mess, and lo and behold, they finally make the decision to fire Paul Guenther, and I'm just like, this is good, but then it's like, why did you wait so long to terminate him? You could have got this done early on in the season that could have changed certain outcomes. And Rich, the reason why I'm just doing this now, look, I had to do Little Man a favor. Little Man wanted his Christmas tree. I wanted to go get his Christmas tree because the Raiders ain't doing shit right now. So, I had to do that for them. But all of a sudden, look, they took care of business. And hey, it's done. Rod Marinelli will be interim defensive coordinator. He has a short week. He needs to figure out something and figure it out fast. We need to see what the Raiders need to do to get things done and to see if they can save this season. See what Marinelli brings to the table in a player tryout on D. There's going to be a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of shifts. Marinelli's going to say, hey, you know what? I want him in. I want him in. Now he's going to have more say than what it originally was. Now we're going to have more say from Marinelli on how he wants to see that secondary. We're going to see fast changes in the next 24 hours. That's the only thing I can say, or the only thing we can look at. But after today's performance, it was horrendous. What it almost reminded me of, it reminded me literally of when we went up against the AFC South team last year, and that was Tennessee Titans. It was literally just like that. We tried to stay in it. We lost the lead. And we tried to play catch up, and then we self-imploded. But it took too long to do this firing. Too long. The Raiders shouldn't have John Gruden shouldn't have had to wait that long. He should have took care of this shit long ago. And now you're going to start to figure out, if you want to know the real truth, if you look at it, now you're starting to see why some of these defenders in free agency didn't want to play for the Raiders. Paul Guenther was not the answer. You look at some of these guys that left the team and are playing pretty good, you start to wonder, oh shit, Paul Guenther. Paul Guenther has never been a top 10 defensive coordinator. I think probably one season, but if you want to be honest with it, it was more of Zimmerman and Marvin Lewis. This defense was a travesty. You look at the shit that we saw in 2018. You had a slow aging Reggie Nelson working on 5-hour energy drinks back there in that secondary. What was trash? Basically, the Raiders, we're going to see what Rod Marinelli has been running for this defense back when he was in Dallas and see where it goes on from there. This is technically his audition to see what they go with going forward. They can rather, hey, you know what? We like what Marinelli did. He took care of business. We actually were able to finish 3 games in a row where the defense took care of business. It was great. Or you know what the Raiders can do? You go and look for a defensive coordinator that is working for ESPN right now. That guy is named Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan is someone that if you listen to when he talks about the Raiders on the talk shows for ESPN, it's like, damn, he's hyping them up. It's like he wants to come back out and coach. I wouldn't mind having a guy like Rex Ryan coaching our defense. Yes, we're going with a 3-4, but you know what? Maybe we need that. It's low-key a celebration. Maybe everybody can decompress from the sheer fuckery that we watched today with this firing. It's sad the way it sounds, but no, we are not getting Patricia. No. Patricia thinks he's Bill Belichick and he's shit. He's not good. Okay? That was all Bill Belichick's system. I don't want Michelle Patricia. I don't want him. Okay? Paul Guenther is gone, Kevin. He has been fired. I take Rex Ryan any day. Now, Raheem Morris, the way the Falcons have been taking care of business, he might have a second gig at being a head coach again. I wish him the best. I wouldn't mind bringing him in as our defensive coordinator, but I don't see that happening. I think the Falcons are going to say, we need continuity. We need to find a way back into the playoffs, and they're going to try to keep Raheem Morris as their head coach. There are going to be candidates out there where you're like, hey, you know what? They have a decent secondary, and their secondary has been on point. And lo and behold, I like Robert Salas. His defense is good out there in San Francisco, but I think he's going to end up getting a head coaching gig. Wade Phillips, I do like that. But you know what? Wade Phillips might be just saying, you know what? I'm just going to pack it in. He might just say, hey, it's just time to go. I'm just going to sit back and just talk football. I like Wade Phillips. I wouldn't mind him, but I don't think he's going to be taking the gig. I don't think they'll look his way. I think they'll look at Rex Ryan's way. And I would too. If you remember how Rex Ryan's defense went with Buffalo and how it went with the Jets, the shit was on point. Now, I haven't even talked to Wade Phillips since I last talked to him about Paul Guenther, try to get something out of him, but it is what it is. I was working when our defense, yeah. But I'm going to say this, after this game, we learned 4 things, ladies and gentlemen. 1, this defense is so bad that Texas football team for deaf players, they're better than us. They communicate better than us on defense. Paul Guenther looking like a fat Steven Seagal. Thank God he's gone. Because if we had another week of Paul Guenther, we would have lost. We'll probably lose bad to the Chargers. And I'm going to say this, because of John Gruden's arrogance, it cost us this game. Once again, his arrogance, his head got too big, and it cost us this game. If you had went on and got rid of Paul Guenther long ago, and yet, matter of fact, if you went on and got rid of Guenther, and I don't know, maybe promote Buckner, maybe. Do you call Buckner back? Do you call Benson Buckner to be your defensive coordinator? That's a question. Do you call him back to be your defensive coordinator? I know it looked ugly, with you letting him go. I know he said no hard feelings, but do you bring him back? Because that guy was getting stuff done with that D-line. You saw great performance from your interior tackles. You saw good performance from Max Crosby. You saw a good performance from Cleveland Farrell. Now, him getting the guys that we have right now, he can still do major damage. I would take Buckner over Dan Quinn. I'm not too sold on Dan Quinn right now. Buckner is ready, bro. And, look what Buckner's doing with the Arizona Cardinals defense. He's doing a hell of a job. He was doing a hell of a job when they were going in the playoffs, when they had Carson Palmer. So I wouldn't mind having him back. Woodson, that's something to think about. That's a little bit of an experiment. I would hold off on doing anything like that. You got to see where he at. He's got to start. He got to take one step at being a DB coach before he can be a defensive coordinator. Can't get somebody a coordinator position that has little no experience, because then you end up looking like the Cleveland Browns. But hey, it needed to happen. It needed to happen. I feel good. Raider Nation, literally right now, how do you guys feel? You guys feel a little bit better that Paul Guenther is finally fired? Do you guys feel a little bit better? Are you guys happy that a little bit of the madness is over with him coaching like a jackass? And let's be real here. Will it truly, the question is, and here it is. The question is this, ladies and gentlemen. Will it truly make a difference that Paul Guenther is gone and that defense can do something else? Will it make a difference? That's what we need to find out this Thursday. That's what we need to find out for these last 3 games. If the defense plays better these last 3 games without Paul Guenther, that's what's going to tell you that maybe it was Guenther this whole damn time, all the way Guenther. And the thing about it, this is why you never hire your best friend as your coordinator, because if they ain't shit, you're going to have to fire that ass. This is why they always say, never hire your best friend to work with you. Because when it comes down to maybe your supervisor saying, hey, old boy fucking up, you need to fire him. And that's what you had. John Gruden had to fire his best friend. It's a business. He should have did it long ago. He should have did it back last year, end of last year. It shouldn't have been, we're going to, he needed some help. He needed some support. No, fuck all that. Not today. He had to go. And Phil Robinson is now joining me. If he fixes camera, I'll see if he pops up. But yeah, Paul Guenther needed to go last year. Here we go. Phil Robinson, how you doing?
Better than the Raiders are, that's for sure.
Now Paul Guenther, man. It's a little bit sign of relief. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. But the question is, Marinelli taking over for these final 3 games, will it make a difference? That's the question.
I have to believe that it will. And the reason why I believe that it will is because something that I thought about as I was driving home and I tried to call you, but you didn't pick up, motherfucker. For the last 3 weeks, this defense has looked an awful lot like the soft zone match cover 3 bullshit that Paul Guenther's been running and getting torched with. And the problem is that he's running out of DBs to run it with, first off. And secondly, they can't stop anybody on the run. Everybody who takes a handoff is almost guaranteed 75 yards and a touchdown on the ground against this defense. And it's obscene. It's disgusting. And it absolutely should have cost somebody their job earlier this season. And while I don't take delight in a man losing his job, let me say this: this defense needs some help, and it's clear that the man who's in charge of it cannot do that. Now, a lot of people said that this moment would never happen; that they would wait till the end of the year to can Guenther. That's one more point.
Hold on. Did we say?
That's one more point for us.
Before the end of the season?
That's one more point for us. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, I got called harsh earlier today. I said, listen, this is the unfiltered truth. We don't sugarcoat shit and we don't pull no punches. If you don't like it, tough shit. Tune in next week. Maybe you'll hear something you do like. But the gun is I'm trying to make sense of this because as a fan base, this fan base deserves better. 6 winning seasons in 30 years. Your defense has never been better than a top 15, maybe top 13 defense. And that was the year they went to the Super Bowl, I believe. You can change coaches, you can change players, but you can't change the results. And somehow that doesn't add up. Something is causing this. And I aim to figure out why. I aim to figure out what it is. So help me. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. But I will find out.
Bro, we curse because that's what I'm trying to figure out because this losing shit been going on before Mark Davis came in. This shit been going on
after he came in.
After Al Davis. Like, bro, like, did somebody make a deal with the devil or some shit? Because it seems like all the guys we done brought in had success somewhere else. As
soon as they leave.
Even some of the coaches. I mean, I'm not like big superstition on shit, but you know, I'm gonna have to start to open my eyes up and to start seeing that shit now. You know,
it's hard to ignore a pattern. That's for sure. And that's really what we're looking at is a pattern. You pointed it out to me today. It said this was the almost the exact carbon copy of the Tennessee game last year when you went into halftime. When you went into halftime tied up, this time they were down 4?
4 points.
Down 4.
No, excuse me, down by 6. My apologies, guys. Down by 6. So
down by 6.
Yeah.
Which with getting the ball coming out of the half was nothing. That was literally nothing. And then they came out, kicked a field goal, and then it was over from there.
You're right about that one.
Now pull that back up. Pull that back up.
Well, I want to pull this one. Maybe we need to sacrifice some chickens.
Area football or two, right?
Right. But no, you know. Let me see.
Yeah.
This is what I've been saying that we might need to do going forward. But I'm also going to say this. This could also be Rob Marinelli's audition as defensive coordinator.
It's a job he said he didn't want. He said he didn't want to be the D, and perhaps he's been saying that so that he was trying to take it easy on Paul Guenther so that he didn't have to deal with any of the controversy and the hot seat talks that should have been generated by his shitty defense.
I mean, think about it. I mean, if you look at it, you remember how we had the transition of Gruden coming in with Reggie McKenzie coming in. You had Gruden's folks in there and you had McKenzie's folks in there, which caused a major friction. Now you have a guy like Rob Marinelli that's coming in being a defensive coordinator in Dallas that's had a top 10 defense or top 15 defense in the NFL. Him coming in saying, oh, yeah, he's going to be your D-line coach. Let's be real here. Yeah, he's not going to say anything that's going to frighten Paul Guenther into thinking, oh, he's here to take my job. Oh, no. I mean, you're going to keep it 100. You're going to keep it something like, look, man, I'm here to be the D coordinator, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we can't cause confusion and things being conflicted during the season because you have a lot of younger players. Yeah.
Phil.
Yes.
My brother from another mother. Nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
I knew you were going to say that.
This defense is terrible. This defense has been terrible. And this defense under Guenther was going to continue to be terrible. If you got a guy here that's supposed to be able to step in and take over and do something better, then you don't wait till fucking week 14 to fire the guy who can't. That was a waste of a goddamn season if they're not going to fucking have him come out here and fix it right from the gate. Why would we sit here and watch this? We've sat here, like I just got through saying, everybody in the world can run on this Raider defense. I watched the defensive ends pitch in play after play after play. At first, I thought it was them, but I haven't seen them do it so consistently, I knew it wasn't. We talk about how bad this defense is. We talk about how bad these players are. Honestly, we don't even know, because the guy who was putting them in positions to make plays second guesses himself all the time. The guy who was putting them in positions to make plays doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He has been historically bad, not even historically tragic. Tragic.
Preach.
The numbers he put up are numbers that haven't been seen by anybody league-wide, let alone in this entire franchise. And why is he getting the nod? Why is he getting the benefit of the doubt so we could go out and see them give up 40-something points to another team? Why? Why is it that he got to keep his job to week 14 with Rod Marinelli sitting right there? If you really, really brought him in to do all of this shit, this should have been done a long time ago. Now, I saw you mention something about Gruden's arrogance, and then Kev said something about mesh and ego. At this point, Gruden needs to have no ego, because Gruden ain't did shit in this league in an awful long time.
Hey, now this is one thing. I've heard this before, and to be honest, is what the defensive coordinator wants. I put this up here. Doesn't the D-line coach call the line stunts? So I'm going to say this. It used to be, but it's basically what the defensive coordinator has set up for his defense to come out in. So he's asking for the stunts. It's more of it's a mix, and I'm wondering what's the word I'm looking for right here on this. Paul Guenther he would want the guys to do the stunts, but it was the wrong thing to call. So Marinelli would want to call this shit, but from what I heard, Guenther wanted guys to do the opposite. Marinelli, he's like, fuck, okay.
Listen, I have a bunch of issues with Paul Guenther.
Hold on. And Kevin went, and he's actually right on this one. Marinelli is known for slanting the line.
That would be a welcome change to see some of that too. But trotting out the at least Gruden finally was able to call a spade and stop trotting out the same shit over and over again and expect it to be better.
Yeah.
He waited a game too long. He probably waited a season too long, but
a playoff too long.
Definitely a game too long for sure, and a playoff too long.
So I'm going to say this, Phil. I'm going to say this. There has been a slight difference in John Gruden. Now, I know some people might not agree with it. They might say, oh, that's horse shit. But I'm going to say this. And I had to go back and look at some pressers that he did last year, early on in the season, and even back in 2018. Fuck, I was trying to find something going back in the day when he was coaching us.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it's hard to find that. You got to have some archives and shit. But the one thing that has stuck out to me from John Gruden is him saying, I thought I had all the answers, but I guess I don't. I guess I was wrong. When I heard John Gruden admitting that he was wrong the week before the Jets, I was like, hell froze over. I never heard John Gruden admit that he was literally wrong.
My wife says,
and no, it's okay to say that you're wrong, but
yeah,
because he's been so arrogant, to hear that he said, I don't have all the answers. I thought I was right, but I was wrong. And I haven't heard him say that shit. And I try to listen to a lot of the pressers, and hearing that out of his mouth, I'm like, damn, that's the first. So now that I hear that this man was willing to fire his best friend finally, he realizes the hammer is coming down on him. And what I mean by the hammer is coming down on him, it's coming down to the point where Mark Davis is like, bro, I'll fucking fire your ass right now, bro. I can't come in to Vegas, especially the COVID season, having a losing season. I can't. The money and revenue I need to make. And you right here, you can't win at home at this, $2 billion stadium that we made. You can't win here? This is not good for me. Are you even
have everything?
Because your defensive coordinator
has everything.
He ain't shit. He ain't the answer for defensive coordinator. But are you the answer for head coach? I'm gonna tell you this: the thought of having an Eric Bieniemy as my head coach, that's firepower right there. And that's going to bring you firepower right there.
Yep.
Ain't shit. You're bringing a Rex Ryan as your defensive coordinator. Oh, you going to fuck shit up.
Be entertaining defense, to say the least. Your guys will be flying around and getting to the quarterback, which is a big, drastic turnaround from what you see now.
And like I said, look, going forward, the Raiders, what Marinelli's going to have to do, he's going to have to really look at who's the answer on that defense, and he's going to have to say, look, we're going to run these stuff right here. We're going to run that. It's going to be simple, basic, where you're not going to be out of place. It's so easy, a fucking caveman can do it. But shit, there you have Jonathan Abrams. And Abrams, Jesus Christ, son of our Lord, this buffoon, he done knocked himself out of a game and shit. So I say this. Y'all gonna be, I put it like this. I think Thursday you're gonna have Damon Arnett, and you're also gonna see what's that guy's name? Daryl Worley, probably in Jonathan Abrams' position. But shit, I take that back, Phil. Because you're not going to be running Guenther shit.
Nope.
So, damn. What's the real point of having Worley? I mean, you do need depth in the secondary, but, Jonathan at safety sounds good. I see Kevin Wynn saying the same thing right there. I'm going to be real, bro. I think Abrams need to be outside linebacker. I think we talked about it earlier today, and other people are agreeing the same thing. He needs to be down in the box like a linebacker. Maybe you need to activate Javin White. Maybe you might want to have to switch him back to safety for a little bit. You got to do something. They got to come out with a game plan fast. They need to be working on this shit now. Because Thursday, you know how the week happens. The week comes quick, bro.
Yep.
Real quick. Thursday be here when y'all still scratching your asses. But I'm going to tell you this. You can't run cover 3 out there. I mean, maybe you run some man, but cover 2 could be the answer that you can run out there. Well, yeah, Marinelli, he does run a Tampa too. And yeah, Kev, you're actually right. Kev is on a roll tonight. Kev was on a roll this morning. Marinelli does run that Tampa cover 2. He ran it, I don't know. Oh, yeah, in Tampa Bay.
And Dallas.
Yeah.
And ran it well.
Business.
Ran it very well.
So, really, I'm going to say this. This is an audition for Marinelli. And Marinelli's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm out at the end of the year. I don't blame him. I understand.
Listen. Said it very well may be an audition for him. It very well, and he'll have a better in-depth knowledge of the players with perhaps how to use them, having watched them be used incorrectly and placed and had some experience with it. But there's a lot of top defensive coordinators out right, or old defensive coordinators out right now who got to be licking their lips at an opportunity to get with what the Raiders have on talent in terms of talent.
Right.
Wade Phillips has expressed a desire to coach. Rex Ryan is trying to get out of the booth and onto a sideline. There are others. There will be others at the end of the season, head coaches who it didn't quite work out for. But whoever it is, it needs to not be on the friendship program.
Nah.
The coach who comes in to coach this defense needs to be at the pinnacle of what he does. The good old boy shit ain't working. The homeboys, everybody come on down, we'll get the band back together, has got you just about out of the playoffs. We talk a lot. We've sat here, we've talked a lot of shit about what Reggie McKenzie has done. In 2-3 years, Reggie McKenzie got us to the playoffs.
Nah, that's real.
Won executive of the year. No, Mike Mayock is not in line for executive of the year, and this team is most likely than not going to hit the playoffs either.
You know how some people say, "Oh yeah, we can still get in at 10-6." Nah.
Mathematically, you're not eliminated until it's over.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you look at it, and
they still got a head-to-head with Miami. And if Baltimore drops another game, they are still in it if they beat Miami. But the way that they play defense, the way that they've done anything, the haphazardness, the uncrispness, the undisciplinedness, they're not going to do anything.
So I'm going to just say it like this. Because everybody's dropping who we should bring in as defensive coordinator. I'm going to just say this right now. Michelle Patricia, hell no. And I'm not just saying as because he was like, oh, he was a bad head coach. The fact of the matter is he's handling defense and he don't know how to talk to folks. Nope. You gotta understand, like, working with that young nucleus. He didn't know how to work with that. That's not a good mess. That's not what you need.
Nope. And that's part of what Guenther's problem is too.
And that was Guenther's problem. He kissed everybody's ass too damn much. Guenther's problem is he was trying to be buddy with everybody and shit. Had no damn business having LaMarcus Joyner in the fucking slot. Jesus Christ. Every time I see LaMarcus Joyner in that damn slot, I just see this sad, old, pathetic Sammy Davis Jr. looking motherfucker in the slot.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Every time I look at LaMarcus Joyner, I think of an old, withered up Sammy Davis Jr. Had no business being in that damn slot.
You know LaMarcus Joyner is younger than you, right?
No, he's not. He's older than me, actually.
By how much?
Kiss my ass. By a year. You asshole. You ass. I can't stand you. Withered up Sammy Davis Jr. looking at. See, look, now you're gonna make me have to look this shit up. I'm really about to look this up. I can't stand you right now. I can't stand
over
you
here talking all that shit. LaMarcus Joyner 28.
No, he ain't.
He's 29, actually, I think.
He's 30, you asshole. You Oh shit. But no, like the thing with it is like Patricia ain't the answer. All right.
No.
He need to go back to New England.
No.
The second thing is this. I would say Raheem Morris, but the thing about it, Raheem Morris is
auditioning for
mostly going to get that head coaching job in Atlanta.
That'd be a real good look for the franchise to have a black head coach who the team has rallied behind. That'd be a real good look.
The second thing is, I like Wade Phillips, but I just look at how the defense kind of collapsed towards the end. That was the only thing that got me. But I'll be willing to give that a chance.
I bet you that I bet you take that collapse that Wade Phillips did rather than that bullshit you just got through watching today.
Oh, bruh. I'll be saying, please, Mr. Phillips, save us. Save us, Mr. Wade Phillips. Oh, save us now. But Wade sitting in there looking like a heavy-set version of Senator Palpatine.
Stupid.
Oh, shit. Romeo Crennel probably going to stay in Houston.
Oh. He'll probably get the head coaching job again. Wasn't he a head coach in Houston before?
You know what? No, just interim.
Just interim, yeah.
So let's see. That's heavy-set Palpatine. Shit. And then we got foot fetish Rex Ryan.
There's got to be somebody other than a reach.
I mean, who do you want to go with? Do you want to go with heavy-set Palpatine or do you want to go with foot fetish Ryan? Come on. Ain't that hard to think about.
I'm going to go with the fetish.
All right. He probably going to be going after Cindy's feet, but hey, fuck it. Hey, yo.
He's only that way about his wife's feet, okay?
Oh, that's his wife's feet. Okay, all right.
I don't know what them bunions is looking like, but he something about them boulders that on toes that really does it.
Hey, since I'm cracking jokes on this shit, who Paul Guenther always had me? Who he always reminded me of?
Who?
A fat version of Steven Seagal.
No, he's much shorter.
No, bro, he remind me of a stubby fat version of Steven Seagal.
Mm.
You know the little reface app, bro? I swear to you, if I type in Steven Seagal and put Paul Guenther's face on that shit, bro, that's gonna be hilarious as hell. Hey, Damn, he is fat already. That's right. Him in a slow motion flicked that ass.
Wow.
Oh God. But other than that, look, Raiders need to regroup. They got these 3 games they gotta win. They gotta win. They gotta beat Miami. They got to win. They got, like I said, today they got to win like their lives depend on it, Phil.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you this. See, what happened here? Somebody had to be thrown under that bus.
Yep.
And it was fat Steven Seagal. Okay?
This isn't it. Don't think this is
It's not over. I'm gonna tell you guys this. When you see something like this happening, fat Steven Seagal ain't the only one. Nope. And it's going to be not just personnel. You're going to probably see maybe a few players. So you know that kind of contract, like Mr.
At this point where they're at with their finances, if your salary is expendable, you can. If you're not producing, you should be gone.
Nassib.
They owe him too much money.
Nassib.
Away.
Call Nassib. Did I say Nassib? Yeah, Carl Nassib. And Littleton, maybe.
They still
oh yeah. Oh wait, don't forget. That's one more person I'm thinking about. Something. Oh wait. Yeah, we can terminate Papa Smurf. Who bees that?
LaMarcus.
That's right. Sammy Davis Jr. Tap dance motherfucker. The only reason why I don't say Trent Brown, Raiders trying to avoid that lawsuit shit. I'm gonna tell you guys this. The reason why I'm gonna say the Raiders might leave Trent Brown alone is because of that what was it, the
Pearson leaving an air bubble in his IV?
Yeah, that whole situation with the IV.
Yeah.
If you want to avoid a lawsuit with that whole situation,
pay him his money.
You know what? Just go on and leave him on the side, bro.
It's not just that. When you stop and you look at Brown, and if he decides to play, we'll preface it with that. You're not going to find anybody better.
No,
you're just not. So the only thing you're going to do is not pay him, save some money, and send him someplace where he can be motivated and play for them like you wish that he would have played for you. I'm not a fan of being held hostage by players, especially when you're paying them a shit ton of money and they decide that they don't really feel like playing, or they are taking care of numero uno and not looking out for the team. And he had some genuine issues, so that's also not fair to him. But you pay guys this amount of money to be available on Sundays.
Yeah.
And but even with him being there, even at 50%, 75%, he's still better than 80-90% of the guys out there. And and you have to.
I'll give you an example. Look at Mekhi Becton. Look how the Jets were willing to get rid of everybody, but they said not Mekhi Becton.
Not him. No, we keeping him.
You see how much of a. I mean, yeah, Farrell got the best of him on that. I mean, he had his number going back to Clemson and Louisville. But the thing about it, a wall like Becton and a wall like Trent Brown, you could do some damage, man. So I say you got to try to find a come to Jesus moment with Brown, see how things work out. And in the end, if things do work out, that's solid. And, we can get back on track. But the thing of it is, that ball-headed ass Malik Collins, he can go. Ty Williams, Tyrell Williams, that's one. Sammy fucking Davis Jr., tap dancing ass. Crew cut with a strong neck Nassib.
Oh, you talking about Glenn Jacobs?
Get the fuck off my screen, bro. Jason, okay. What kind of defense are we going to see with Rob Marinelli? We're going to see a Tampa 2 defense. We're going to see some slants on the stunts for the D-line. We're going to talk more on this tomorrow. We'll probably end up getting more information on what's going to be the plan for the Raiders. We'll give you some sort of idea what is going to happen. I'm going to be working long hours through the night and tomorrow to get you guys the information you guys need to hear. But hey, we're going to wrap this up. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us on this short time period. This breaking news, we had to deliver it to you guys, Raider Nation. I know some of you guys got duped by some of those fake accounts, and we had to make sure that you guys got the truth coming out. And that is the truth. Paul Guenther is gone. He has been relieved of duties, and Rod Marinelli has taken over as interim defensive coordinator. But remember, as always, you guys can subscribe to the Unfiltered Truth on our YouTube page. We would greatly appreciate it. If you guys have missed any episodes, you guys can go and recap them. We love you guys. We love you all. We know this is a hard game to sit and watch, and I know a lot of you guys have drank a lot of whiskey, a lot of tequila to try to get the pain to go away. I don't blame you guys. It sucks. We don't deserve this. Nobody should have to sit through this kind of fuckery. It's not fair.
Year after
you guys
year
have been
after year.
diehard Raider fans from years going back to the 60s and 70s, 80s. Shit, it's not fair for you guys. Some of you guys like, I'm about near the end of my life, and I want to at least see one more Super Bowl. It's not fair for you guys, and I'm sorry. But this shit needs to stop, and this shit needs to change ASAP. Love you guys. Oh, yeah, some of you guys drinking gin, Jesus, and that eggnog life. Not the eggnog that be chunky, but the eggnog with the scotch, the brandy, the whiskey, and the rum. That's that good shit. But other than that, y'all take care. God bless. Like I said, give us a follow on Twitter, Phil Jones NFL, Phil Robinson the third on Twitter. I'm Phil Jones. This is Phil Robinson. This is the Unfiltered Truth. Y'all take care. God bless, and we love you guys.